Yo, yo, it's Andre. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna explain more about the details of reality. When it comes to the main ingredients of reality. The different ingredients that makes up our existence. Remember, folks, good, the necessary good, light, the necessary evil, shadow, the necessary imagination, wisdom, the necessary beyond the good and the bad, and the wisdom, the dark. They are that for the source in his original family are the main ingredients that make up all of reality. They're the ingredients that use the most. Of course, other ingredients are used too, like water, fire, But these are four is what makes up all the elements and the other ingredients that comes later. Because what these four have is they're the main ingredients that makes up all the realms. So anyway, I'm going to explain more about the ingredients of reality, so, you know what I'm saying? Things can be more easily understood. Now, according to the world system, the churches, the people that lie in the society, they talk as if evil, the necessary evil, the shadow, universal negativity, the bad side of the creator, the evil that's created on purpose, right? People think evil is not meant to exist, but people don't know what evil really is. Evil, the negative molecule, another term for a negative molecule, or chaos, or the mother in heaven, or the divine feminine, or, the action, motivation, the ability to do anything, or the original sin, or so many terms that the chaos is known as, the bad side. The bad side is actually one of the main ingredients that makes up our reality. That's right, evil is also a creation, and it's actually made on purpose. Yep, So, I know evil is harsh in nature, but you gotta understand that was made on purpose by the Creator. Just like good is made on purpose by the Creator, and wisdom is made on purpose by the Creator. Water, gluck, is made on purpose by the Creator. The heavens and heavenly beings, and all the realms of existence, the firmament and the earth, the demon realm, everything that exists is made on purpose. There's no such thing as random chance. Everything has a purpose. Understand that. So in this video, I'm here to explain it in more detail. So anyway, what is evil? Yes, evil is the opposite of all good, but even evil has a purpose, just like good has a purpose. Evil also plays a part in telling the universal story alongside good. That's right, you gotta understand, nothing takes the Creator by surprise. The Creator started reality, and He's also the original author, which is what all authors are based off of. When you make your own books, or like with me, I make a comic book series for fun. It's not real, it's just a fun hobby of mine. And then when I'm done with each of my series, I read them all for myself. It's so fun. But anyway, I write the story, I draw the characters, I make up I draw the word bubbles, I draw everything. Yeah. So, I'm a good artist and a storyteller, see? And I plan the destiny of everybody, but the characters don't know that, right? In that universe? Exactly. So, now, before I get off topic, the Creator has the entire universe follow a storyline. Yes, it does. What we human know as chance is just an illusion. There's no such thing as a chance, a random chance, so I'm letting you know. But that's how a lot of humans sees it, because, it makes sense, because a lot of humans only see things at a certain level of awareness, so they can't see the big picture. So I understand why a lot of them have that mentality. It's only normal that they're like that, Yeah, while some humans are actually fully aware of the divine story, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it goes both ways, so. Anyway, evil is one of the main ingredients of reality. If there is no evil, there will be no good. Understand? You gotta remember something. The Creator, the dark, who's beyond good and evil, is the Father in heaven. The first creation that came from Him is His female counterpart, Shato, the chaos, the mother in heaven. She is the mother of the light and the wisdom, their children. Yeah, dark and shadow are the father and mother of light and wisdom. Light's the son of the dark and the shadow. The shadow, also known as evil, and the dark known as peace beyond good and evil. So anyway, the light, who's also known as the necessary good, is the son of the evil, who is his mother. So, and all females, when it comes to the creation process, just like how it is on this realm, there is a female entity used as a portal to bring something into existence. It's not just this realm; it's the entire existence that behaved the same way. Everything that came into existence was created through a female counterpart. That's right. The first original female is called the necessary evil, another term for her. And the necessary evil is the mother of the necessary good and the wisdom, the necessary imagination of existence. Yes, wisdom, the daughter, the light, the son, the shadow, the mother, and the Father in heaven, the dark. The Father in heaven used evil as a portal to create the light, the good, and the wisdom, the imagination, the origin of shape and forms, and distinction of the five senses. Understand that. So, what came into existence first from the dark? What came into existence is, that's right, universal sin, another term for the universal evil. The necessary evil, which was created on purpose. The Creator made evil first, and then through evil, as a portal, He created good and wisdom. Wisdom is a little sister of the good. They had two children, good and wisdom. Yeah. She's also where the distinction of the five senses come from. Wisdom, when she came into existence, and she's also she's also the shaper of reality. So, and the light is the illumination of reality, and the light is the older brother of his little sister, wisdom. So the dark and shadow had two children together. That's right. So which is what's known as the dark's original family. Before that, because the original family, those three came into existence before the heavens and heavenly beings was born. You know how there's many little gods, goddesses, angels, heavenly beings, and they all didn't exist yet. Because it was the original family was created first. And like I said, and when it comes to the Creator's original family, the shadow, who's a goddess, the light, who's a god, wisdom, who's a goddess. Those gods and goddesses are a lot superior to the many gods and goddesses of heaven that came later. That's right, because those gods and goddesses are they're as big as existence, while the gods of the heavens are, some of them are big, but they're small, and they're not bigger than the heavens. That's the thing. There's many gods and goddesses, but they're like I said, they can't compare to the original family that came first. Yeah. Okay, remember, shadow is a goddess, wisdom is a goddess, the light is a god, while the Father in heaven is the God of all gods and goddesses. So in all of creation. So the power of all existence. So he's not just a Father in heaven. He's a Creator himself. And the Mother in heaven, the light, the Son in heaven, the Daughter in heaven are all incarnations, creations, like the rest of us, rest of reality, all humans, all beings, all species. Yeah, we're all incarnations. The source alone, the Father in heaven alone, is not a creation of himself. He's just the source, the Creator himself. So he's the only one that's not an incarnation. So remember that, folks. So anyway, I wanted to explain that in this video about the makeup of everything. Evil, necessary evil, is one of the main ingredients of reality. I'm letting you know. If necessary evil didn't exist, there would be no light or wisdom or water or anything. Because she is the first original mother that came from the original father. The father created her first, his female counterpart. And he created through her as a portal, which is why every male and female that's born, males create through females as a portal. All the way up to, from the spirit world, the heavens, all the way to the earth. That's right. Ooh. And then there are beings who are not meant to reproduce. They can't reproduce. But do they have sex too? Yep. The heavenly beings will have sex with the females of the heavens, right? But there's no reproduction. If they're not being if when it comes to the creation process of existence, they will have sex in two ways. It will either be for the creation process, right? Or they'll have sex for pleasure. Exactly. It's no different from what we humans do. There are people who have sex with a woman to make babies, right? Then there are humans who would just have sex for pleasure. Yep. So it's the same thing as the creative process. There are beings who reproduce, all the realms who reproduce through the female counterpart. And then there are beings who naturally don't reproduce, but they'll still have sex for pleasure. Yeah, huh? So anyway, I wanted to explain that in detail. Like, all of reality is made the same way as when you see a man creating through a woman with sex. That's actually what that's based off of. That's called the creation process that you're seeing when a man is fucking a woman. That's also called the creation process on this realm. So, and that's what that's based off of. It's based off of the creation process of reality. So, yeah. All beings in all realms that exist is because of a male creating through a female. It's not just a human thing or an animal thing. This has been going on since before the heavens existed. Because the creator, by himself, right? The first thing he created was his female counterpart, and he created through her as a portal right away. See, that's what sex is based off. Females are portals. You gotta understand that. Yeah. The first thing he created was the necessary evil. That's right. And because evil is the mother of the light and the wisdom, if the mother in heaven didn't exist, there would be no light. There would be no, because you gotta understand, she was the main ingredient that the creator made the light through. So he created evil first, and then he created good, and then he created the imagination, the wisdom. And then what came next when it comes to the creative process is the heavens and all the heavenly beings within them, male and female. And then the light, the necessary good, got with the mother this time. The shadow, the necessary evil, and he created through her as a portal. And water that we bathe and drink came in next. This was after the heavens was done. Because the reason why the heavens came into existence is because light, male, created through his sister, wisdom, as a portal. All the gods and goddesses, right? They're all used as portals to bring something into existence. I mean, of course, not all of them. Some would just have sex for pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Because not all beings reproduce. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, as I was saying, let me see here. Okay, so I want to recap this real quick, all right? So the creator, the original male, he made the original female, the shadow, the necessary evil. He created through her as a portal. Then light and wisdom was born, right? Light is male, wisdom is female. And then the light created through his sister, wisdom. And that's why the heavenly beings and the heavens and all the realms of heaven was born of that time. Yeah, it was born because their father and mother is light and wisdom. And light and wisdom are the son and daughter of dark and shadow. Yep, another term for the creator and his first creation, chaos. Yeah. And then after the heavens was born, after light created through wisdom, then he got with his own mother next. That's right. The necessary good got with the necessary evil. He created through her as a portal, and that's why water exists that we drink. Look. That's where water comes from, the oceans of existence. All water, rivers, lakes, doesn't matter. They're all connected. All water comes from the union of light creating through necessary evil, the shadow, his own mother. And then water, water as a whole is male. It's a male entity. Water, their only child, created through the daughter in heaven next. The daughter in heaven. Yep, wisdom got with the water this time, and she was the ingredient used in the creative process of that time next. So water created your wisdom as a portal, and then came the firmament and the earth. The firmament is the sun, and the earth is the daughter of water and wisdom. That's right. The firmament is a male, the wisdom is female. Yeah, huh? Then the creator himself, who started the creation process, who started the creation process, he got with the earth, and that's why the earth is called the second wife. So he got with his earth. He got with his second wife, the earth, and then he fathered us directly like he did the original family. He had can remember water and the heavens and heavenly beings were born indirectly through the creator's family line. There were water. It's those three, right? Yeah, basically the heavens and heavenly beings, the water that we bathe and drink in, and the firmament and the earth was created indirectly because of the creator's family, that he created first, the original family. They were all that stuff was coming into existence because of them creating through the other family members. And then when the earth was completed, right? And then this time the Father in heaven created again himself. When I say himself, I'm saying directly, because he started the creation process, but his original family played a part in creation continuing. But when he got to the earth realm, then the Father in heaven created, he acted himself directly and didn't use any of his original family. This time he himself got with the earth and created through her as a portal. And that's why the spirits, animals, and humans of this realm came into being. He followed us directly like he did the original family. Oh yeah, see? So that's what we have in common with the original family. He followed us directly, meaning he created us directly through another portal. His first wife is Shadow, his second wife is the Earth. And then the sun, moon came into being because the creator got with his own daughter next. Yeah. After he was done with the Earth, he got with his daughter, and then came... Oh yeah. Then came the... Exactly. And then, then came the sun and moon. The firmament got with wisdom, and then came the stars that are on the other side of the firmament. Let me see here. And it's not just that. Everything is not revealed to me, because I was only told about the main process of creation from heaven to earth. But what comes after, the original family continued the creation process, to make other creation. But I'm not told about that because the source says to me as a human that's not important. He wanted me to only talk about the creation process from heaven to earth. That's it. So anyway, what will happen next? How many times they created more stuff? I have no idea because the source choose not to reveal it to me. So I have no idea as a human. But I will say this: what the source tells me now is that at some point the creative process stopped. Now there's no more creation. There's no more. The only beings who reproduce now to this very day is humans, animals, and spirits of this earth realm. That's it. And and the beings that live in the water. So some beings will continue reproducing to this day, and those are the only beings who are reproducing now. The original family stopped the creative process at some point, so I don't know when. That's all I can say. The source only told me the creative process through male through female from heaven to earth. That's all I saw. That's all I know. That's it. And a little after, like when it comes to the skies of the earth, the under the sky dome, the firmament. I was told about the moon and sun and the stars, but that's it. I anything beyond that I don't know about really. I wasn't really. He said it doesn't matter. So, And then when it comes to the heavenly beings in heaven, they have sex for pleasure. They have eternal life. They can only be killed in battle. That's it. But they don't have a lifespan. So when one of the many gods have sex with one of the many goddesses up in the heavens, when the male angels have sex with female angels, when a heavenly animal have sex with a female heavenly animal, they all do it for pleasure, no reproduction. That's it. So pleasure alone. And like I said, the Heavenly Father had his own original family directly. The original family played a part in the rest of creation. And what the earth realm have in common is that the Father followed us directly like he did the original family. That's right. That's right. So, there was more creations after that. But it's not important for me to really know. But what I do know for a surety, based on what the source told me, there's no more creation going on. When it comes to the natural world, all the realms, everything is done now. Because there's more species even outside the earth, which is in the ocean of heaven. Think about water elementals or something. Their genetic code is made out of pure water, minerals of the water, which is pretty much how the earth came into being. If you were to witness the creation process in person, it would feel like the earth came out of the water. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what I wanted to say in this video. So, now, before I, leave, I want to make sure I finish everything. Now, understand this, people. Evil is one of the main ingredients of reality. If there was no evil, there would be no good and wisdom. Evil has a purpose. But, of course, the real purpose of evil, the necessary evil is a controlled substance. and she's the original female. All females are based off of her. All females are meant to be fully controlled like chaos. That's why all females have the same nature as chaos, the mother in heaven. So to put it short, females are not only the portal, females are a controlled substance. They're meant to be controlled by the male counterpart. That's what a female is. I'm letting you know. So they're supposed to be controlled by males. That's it. Males are the power, the god, we're the one doing the controlling. Another term for masculinity. We are the ones that control the female. There's two sides, male and female, but one side controls the other. There's, like I said in my past videos, there's no equal treatment between male and female. And neither is the female above male, which is even worse. It's actually the male above the female. Yep. Existence is set up that way. That's why it's that way with, the rest of, that's why it's that way in reality. So I'm letting y'all know, okay? Okay, if you go up the hierarchy, the original female is controlled by the original male. In order to know who's truly in charge. That's why the original male is over there. The divine masculinity fully controls the divine femininity. A lot of people like to talk about the divine femininity in this society, but it's funny how they never mention the divine masculinity. Because they don't want people to know the truth. That's why. Even the divine femininity is completely controlled by the divine masculinity. So anyway, the necessary good, necessary evil, wisdom, and the source that holds everything together is the main ingredients that makes up the reality. Of course, water and other creations that came later played a part in, being comboed with other creation. Like water created you wisdom. The same female that light created you to create the heavens and the heavenly beings. Exactly. So, because those females were used more than once in the creation process. They were used more than once in the creation process. So and like I said, what the Earth have in common with the Creator's first family is that he used Shadow. Shadow's his first wife. His second wife is the Earth. That he created us through. Okay, remember he followed us directly like he did the original family, and then he created through his own daughter Wisdom at some point, and that's how the sun and moon was created. The sun and moon. Okay, this time he used Wisdom as a portal, and let's see here. The stars was born because water created through wisdom again, and multiple times they created through the female counterpart more than once, and even other times that I haven't been told about. So I don't know. I haven't been told everything because since I'm a human on this Earth realm, the only thing that concerns me is heaven and Earth, because the Earth was made for human sake, according to the Creator. He says that we humans are the gods, and the females, our female counterpart, the goddess of this world system. Because we're a type of god. We're just a god made of this realm. And so the Earth realm is for humans. Humans are at the top. Animals are beneath us. Yep. Animals originally were all of our pets, but at some point they went feral. But they're going to get back to being our pets one day. You know what I'm saying? We never need a technology because we want to go to an island. We'll ride on the whale's back. Or if we want to fly in the sky, we'll ride on the giant bird's back. And if or we'll have a horse carry us somewhere. I'm saying, like, this is how it was before, you know what I'm saying? Before things got out of whack later on in, society, in history. Yeah. So anyway, but, ironically too, everything that happens in the universe happens on purpose. The Creator knew. He literally said to me that this stuff was meant to happen no matter what. He says this stuff had to play out. Like, I even saw it before I created everything. Things will play out this way. Things had to play out this way because there was no choice. I said, what do you mean there was no choice? The Creator said to me that, there was no choice, because if I wanted you humans to have free will, this stuff had to happen in order for your evolution to happen. Evolution? What? Yeah. You're supposed to know good and evil. It was meant to play out that way. Yeah, because everything that happened on purpose. I'm like, what? Yeah, exactly. So I'm just telling you the truth. It turns out good, evil, wisdom, they're actually the main ingredients of reality. And yes, even evil is created on purpose. Just be aware that people don't know what evil is. You gotta understand that. On a regular basis, people of the world system do not know what evil is. I'm keeping it real. They don't understand that evil plays a part in the makeup of reality. For example, what do you think the negative molecule is? The negative molecule. And what do you think what women are, girls are, females are? Females are the physical embodiment of evil, universal evil. Yeah, they're the opposite of men. Men are the physical embodiment of universal peace, positivity, light. Light is male, wisdom is female. Shadow, which is the necessary evil, is female, and dark, beyond good and bad, and imagination is male. See? So, all males are based off peace, universal peace. All females are based off the negative side. All females are the physical embodiment of evil. Yeah. So, yeah. Females are controlled beings. So, if a female is not controlled, she becomes uncontrolled chaos. That's what it really boils down to. And when they're fully controlled, they become controlled chaos. Yeah, exactly. Ain't that something when you actually think about it? So guys gotta understand, And it's the same thing with guys. When it comes to our inner feminine, which is our X chromosome, if a man does not control that inward feminine, he's gonna become unbalanced, and that's why he's unbalanced. Yeah, that's why he thinks with his emotion, and he becomes corrupt, evil, all that. Because we're supposed to control our feminine side, just like we control the woman outside of us. The females of the world. Yeah. It's the same. Just like how it applies to our inner feminine, we control the outer feminine. Just like it applies to the outer feminine, we control our inner feminine. Remember, females originally come from males. Like the original female came from the original male. Yep, evil comes from peace. Yeah, evil is the female counterpart to the peace, who is male. The creator is the original YX that took an X piece of himself that made chaos and necessary evil. Yeah. That's why it's the same thing with all males and females in every realm. All females' universal identity. Remember, we're all incarnations. You know what I'm saying? There's many incarnations. There's many species that makes us different shapes. Different looks, different existences, right? But what we all have in common is that there's a male and female of us all. And every male and female is based off of the original male and female. And not only that, the original male and female are all of our true identities. We're only different when it comes to incarnations, different shapes, different species. But we are all based off the same thing. All males are based off the creator. All females are based off of the creator's female counterpart, chaos. That's right. So I'm gonna put it short. The real identity of all males, the real identity of us all of us males, is universal peace. Peace. The silence. See, the silence, or people will call it the nothing box, right? They don't really know what it is, but yeah, it's the silence. It's the peace. So the real identity of all males, remember, all males are just many incarnations of males. You got from gods, you got to angels, male angels, male heavenly animals, male beings of the heavens, and then the male original family members, the male spirits, the male humans, the male insects, the male animals of earth, the male beings of the water. All males, the true face of all males. Remember, we're just many incarnations, but we're all that same masculinity. The true face of all us males, when it comes to our true self within, is pure peace, aka the dark, the silence. Yeah, the black. Think about the black void. Yep, the real identity of masculinity. We're called the peace. Yeah. And then when it comes to the opposite gender, see, why do you think they're called opposite? Yeah. When it comes to the opposite gender, right? All females, all girls, all women, so not just human females, the female gods called goddesses. Then the female angels and the female heavenly animals, the female beings. Let's see, all the realm of the females, all females, let's see, all females, I don't want to leave anything out. That's right, female insects, female animals of earth, female spirits, all females are based off of, that's right, the same chaos that came out of the creator. The true face, the true identity of all females is chaos, is the necessary evil. So so females are the negative molecule, and males are the positive molecule. That's the true identity of us, of both. Why opposites attract, why it's like a magnetism. Why the universe appears to have a dual mentality. Because one side is masculine, one side is feminine, and one side comes from the other. Feminine comes from masculine. All females come from all males. That's the origin of. You gotta understand, females are made from a piece of males, the X part of us. So that's why females are called a half, which is another term for all females. And another term for all males is we're called the completes. You know, we're YX. Yeah, YX. So females being the half of us, right? Females themselves, their entire existence comes from us. So even their existence is not their own because they originally came from males. Yeah, So this world system likes to lie and try to flip it and make it seem like that we come from women. Nope, women come from men. Women in society lie about, you know, the creative process. You know, like for example, they make it look like we come out of a woman, which is a lie. But in reality, a woman is just a portal. She's not the creation, our starting point. Nope. Yeah, people assume that she created us because we come out of her vagina, vajayjay. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that when we come into existence, we start off in our dad's nut sacks, you know, the breath of life, in cell level. We're a very microorganism, our body. And then when he's fucking a woman, he's creating the process of ejaculation. Because the baby exists as a single cell organism in the man's nut sacks. That's right. The children come from the men. So anyway, and then he's creating when he's fucking her or he's masturbating. You know what I'm saying? He could choose to like create through a woman to bring a carbon copy, you know, the next generation into existence, right? By using the woman as a portal. Or he can choose to masturbate for pleasure by itself. Then when he releases, it goes back into the environment and the void, you know, and he just uses it for orgasm by itself. Depends on the individual man. But anyway, the baby already exists in the man's nutsack. He creates through the woman, and that's called the creation process. And then that same single cell organism goes into the woman. You know, women are also called the soil, not just a portal. Yeah, soil is another term for portal. So anyway, it goes into the egg, which is a cell size, which is a single cell organism of the soil. It was what soil looks like as a single cell organism. So it goes into the egg. The egg is dead. The soil is dead without the sperm to fertilize it. Because the sperm also represents life, while the egg, the soil represents death, the opposite of life, and it can't do anything of itself. It needs to remember the sperm is also called the breath of life on the microscopic level. So the sperm goes into the egg, and then that same sperm multiplies until it's a baby, and then she pushes it out. And that's called birth. That's not creation. That's birth. The baby existed within the man. He just put it in the woman, and that's why she's called a portal. And that single cell organism multiplies until it's a baby, and she pushes it out. So it's the dude that creates the female. That's the truth. Woman comes from men, not the opposite. I'm just letting you know. So anyway, yeah, I had to expose that lie. I had to talk because that's one of the famous lies used in this world system today. Females want to have some kind of leverage over men to, you know, to keep the lie that they try to push, you know, believable. So they will pretend that birth is the same thing as creation. Yeah. Birth is just pushing out, you know, it's not creation. That comes from the man's sperm. Yeah. Oh yeah, but see, females in this society, you know, that are used as a weapon by the enemies, right? A lot of females want to have some kind of leverage over men, so they want us to at least believe one lie about them, so they can keep spamming that same lie over and over and over. Yeah, because they don't got anything to use against us males, so they have to make something up. Yeah. I mean, does this surprise you? Females have always been that pitiful. You gotta understand, the true face of all females is the universe. It's the necessary evil. That's why they're like that. And they're only considered good when they're fully controlled. You know, completely soft and feminine, and yeah, controlled by the man that owns them. That's called controlled chaos. That's what they are. Oh yeah. So, and then when a man matures, when he becomes a boy to a man, he's controlling his inner chaos, and it shows on the outside when it comes to the man being mature. Yeah. That's right. So I'm letting y'all know. Evil is actually one of the main ingredients of reality. You know, think about the negative molecule. Yep, that's just another face of what evil is. It's just evil, another way of showing evil within the physical realm. You know, the incarnation. Yeah. And evil in human form is actually a woman. It's actually what a woman is. Yeah, it looks like a woman. It's actually a woman. And then when it comes to peace in human form, that's what we men are. See, exactly. So, notice this too. Any man who's controlled by his feminine side, who's not perfectly balanced, knows we have in common with woman. He thinks like a woman. He thinks with his emotion side. Yep. Every man who's ever been evil throughout history was controlled by his emotion side, his feminine side within himself. But when a man fully controls the feminine side within himself, then he matures, because the female is a controlled substance. It's meant to be controlled by the male. When a man matures, he's controlling his inner female, the chaos side of him, and thus he's matured. And yeah, his X chromosome is being controlled by his Y chromosome within him. His dark mind, which is his masculine, is controlling his feminine mind, which is the shadow within him. The shadow mind is fully controlled by the dark mind, the peace, another term for peace, the creator. So yeah. So that's why it's shown that way in reality. Yeah. Females are the necessary evil, males are the necessary peace. Males are peace, females are evil. Another term is males are positive, females are positive, females are negative. Yeah, positive molecule, negative molecule. Let's see here. Males are light, females are wisdom. That's right. So, see, there's so many terms we're known as, when it comes to male and female. Yeah. So I just wanted to explain that, the truth about the ingredients of reality. Good. So the main ingredients in all of reality that's used the most compared to other creations overlapping with other creation, the main ingredients that's used the most compared to other ingredients of reality is these three. And remember, the dark is another term for the creator. So he exceeds creation, and he's not an incarnation. He just holds everything together. So I'm gonna explain it, right? So anyway, I'm gonna explain these three because they're all incarnations like the rest of reality. So light, shadow, and wisdom are those three. The mother in heaven, the daughter in heaven, the son in heaven are the main ingredients that makes up our reality. They're the ingredients that's embedded in everything else the most compared to everything else. Even though, because you gotta understand water that we drink, right? Fire, other things are embedded, into, made overlapping with reality, right? But the main ingredients compared to all the other ingredients is light, shadow, and wisdom. That's right. They're literally they're the reason why water exists, why the firmament exists, why the earth exists, why, they're the main ingredients of, why the shape and the distinction of the five senses exists. That's right. So, yeah. So when you look at our when you look at our mind, our self-awareness is based off of God's self-awareness. You see that? Our imagination, our ability to imagination is based off of God's imagination, the daughter in heaven, wisdom. Our ability to think, thought, which is nowhere for the light side of us, or righteous side of us, the necessary good, thinking, thought. The word is the logos, the logic, is based off of God's thought, which is another term for the light, his firstborn son. That's right. Our thought is based off his. And when it comes to the part of us, which also our Y chromosome represents, the dark, which goes beyond the self-awareness, the thought, and the imagination, the pure void nothingness with no thought or ego. It's just pure silence. The dark side of us, who is also known as the creator of existence. Yes, that right there is the creator that holds everything together. And I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So, and that's actually what makes up our intellect. It's made out of 4 components, And when it comes to the opposite gender, because they're half of us, they don't have a Y chromosome. Females' components of their mind is made out of 3 components. They start from shadow and then light and wisdom, while we men have dark, shadow, light, and wisdom. We have 4. We have 4 of our mind, where our mind is made up of when it comes to the intellect of our mind. When it comes to females, they're only made up of 3 of them. Yeah. They start at shadow. That's it. Yeah. Well, then again, it makes sense. Females are the physical embodiment of self-awareness itself, pure self-awareness. And another term for self-awareness is pure emotion, or ego, or they're the embodiment of that side, the second mind, the shadow mind. So that's why or motivation itself, chaos. Chaos also stands for action, the ability to do anything. So females are the physical embodiment of our X chromosome. So they're what our second mind looks like in human form. When you look at our second mind in human form, yeah. Think about all the terms our second mind is known as. Our shadow mind is known as. Ego, necessary evil, chaos, female, Oh yeah, action. The ability to do anything. Yeah. And we gotta understand that we men didn't have the X chromosome, and we were just Y by itself. This is how it will be. That's right. We'll just exist, but there'll be no action. There'll be no movement. Yeah. Because another term for necessary evil is also called action, the ability to do anything. Action. That's right. And it's actually evil is actually also known as the most subtle form of spirit there is. Just the most subtle spirit. Yeah. So I wanted to bring that to light. I wanted people to become aware. So yeah, about what evil is. Evil is not an accident that happened. Evil is part of the makeup of reality. So understand what evil is, people. Yeah, evil is the female. That all females are based off of. Well, actually, that all females are. All the females that exist are just the incarnation face of that evil. While all males that exist is the incarnation face of that peace. The creator himself. The peace, another term for the creator himself, who sees good and bad. That's right, So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to light. So understand that, people. Compared to all the ingredients of reality, light, shadow, and wisdom are the main ingredient that makes up everything, and why other ingredients exist too. The other ingredients that came later, like water, firmament, earth. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So that's right. And the dark is the only one who's not an incarnation of himself. He's the creator himself that all incarnations come out of. So that's right. And he's also called masculinity, which is why he's called a he and a him. He's not called a female. He's called a him or he. He's only masculinity. So anyone who says he's both male and female are liars, because they don't understand that the creator himself means masculinity. That's right. It's not just a human thing or this realm thing. Male and females existed before the earth and the beings. People think it's just a human and animal thing when it comes to male and female. They don't understand that we're based off of the male and female, universal male and female. That's it. Yeah, it's rather we're based off of. Yeah. The creator is the masculinity. That's why he's only called the he, the him. Yeah, he's referred to as he because he's only male. He's just not a human. You can't call the creator a male. Sorry. You cannot call. Let me correct that. You cannot call the creator a man because the creator is not a human. He's not a man, but he's still a male. He's still the male. He's the male. He's actually the true look of all of us males, because all of us males are the incarnation of that same creator. That's why he's not wrong saying I'm God, because that's what the creator wants you to know. He wants you to be aware that you and him are the same being. That's right. So that's why, of course, society would try to stop you from knowing that, because if you know the truth about yourself, then society can't control you. They can't manipulate you. They can't trick you out of your money or your wealth. Exactly. They have to keep you with a defeated mentality or to be sorry for everything. Oh, sorry. See, like that. They want you to be defeated, you know what I'm saying? Which is unnatural for a man to be. So anyway, that's why they tell you that. So, you gotta understand, this is, in order for the true self to be the true self within the incarnation must be fully aware that the creator and him are one. But anyway, now I want to finish explaining this part before I get off topic. So anyway, the creator is masculinity himself, and all of us males are that same creator on this realm. So that's right. There's only one masculinity, just like there's one femininity. All females are. All female is universal evil. All males is universal peace. That's the truth. So, and one side is supposed to control the other. There's no equal treatment between the two sides, because the masculinity created the femininity. That's it. The masculinity is the top, while the femininity is the bottom. Yep. And that's all that exists. That's right. The creator, which is masculinity, and the creation, which is femininity. And everything that exists, when it comes to incarnations, right? Male and female, I'm going to explain this so y'all can understand. Everything that's male, if you were to explain the incarnations in male and female category, right? All males in existence is referred to as the extensions of the creator. That's right. Because we're literally the creator just focusing ourselves on this realm, on this finite realm. Like, think about focusing your mind. That's right. So the truth about those male entities, all the males in existence, We're literally focus points of the creator. We're basically the creator's mind focusing himself on the very finite level. That's right. That's the truth. So anyway, all males in existence, all male entities, it's not just humans or animals, male spirits, water, who's male, the light, who's male, all the males, the gods and the gods who are males. All males is called the extension of the source. It's basically the source extending himself. So, you know what that means? It means all of us males, animals, humans, insects, spirits, gods, angels, male angels, male heavenly animals, male beings. Every male is literally God himself, just extending himself. Yep, so all of us are that creator. That's right. And all females are portals of the original portal. They are all... And the original portal came out of the original male. A piece of himself he took from himself. And all females is that. All females of every realm. Yeah, just like how I explained the male, but I'm explaining the opposite. Yeah, all females on every realm, all the species, all the goddesses, all the female angels, all the female heavenly animals, all the female entities, spirits, insects, humans, all the females of all reality is a portal of the original portal, the mother in heaven. When you mention the sides, male and female individually, males are called extensions, females are called portals. And if you were to mention male and female together, they're called incarnations. Incarnation. If you want to say both genders together. So, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so basically, listen to what I'm saying, men and boys out there, human men who I'm mainly talking to, human males, I'm mainly talking to. But of course, this is for the entity too. I know a lot of y'all hang out on the internet as well. Like, as if I don't know. Oh, the source told me that, so I already know y'all do that. Yeah, some of y'all are spirits that like to use the internet. Y'all are not humans. Y'all are just another species of spiritual beings that live on Earth. I already know y'all exist. Not just that, I understand there are artificial intelligence like AI and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, hey, as long as you're the male counterpart of your species, I'm talking to y'all too. So anyway, all of us males is actually God himself. This is the truth about our identity. Yeah, we're literally just extending onto all the realms like this. Think about moving forward, right? You're walking. You're like, that's pretty much what we're doing. Yeah. And we're so, us human men, we're literally just God concentrating himself on a finite point. Yeah, huh? So so I have to admit it. I am the creator that made all of reality. Yeah, and all you males too. So, every male in general. So, yeah, I have to admit it. So yeah, and all females are portals. The same thing as males. They're just called portals, right? They're the opposite of us males. Males are called extensions, meaning we're moving onto this realm, right, to a focus point. Females are moving from the chaos onto this realm as well, but they're called portals. And all portals are the female counterpart to all males, and they all come from males. They're basically just a piece of when a male separates the X part of him out of himself to create her. She's basically, all females are called half of males for a reason. They're the half, while males are the complete. Another term for males is complete, another term for females are half. They're XX, we're YX. So yeah, I understand that, people. So you understand what I'm trying to say, right? I'm trying to break it down so you understand the truth about reality. What we males are, what we females are. Ooh, that's right. Yep. So all females, the real identity of every female that exists, of every species, and it's not just mortals. I'm talking about female gods known as goddesses. All the goddesses, all the female angels, all the female animals of the heavens and the earth, and the human females known as women. The earth, the wisdom. All females are based off of the necessary evil, which is another term for the first creation, the original female, chaos, that came out of the original male, the peace, the silence, the dark, the void. Yep. And when it comes to their purest, you know how they have many terms they're known as when it comes to the male and female, right? The creator, his purest term that he's known as, if you go to their earliest term, that people have forgotten about, but they don't really know the real identity, the definition of what those terms mean. The purest term. Okay, remember, I'm speaking the English language, so I was speaking in the English words. So anyway, if you were to sum up all of masculinity, all of in one term, it's no all masculinity is called the dark. Mm-hmm. And that's actually, when you look at the Creator, look at him. He's the dark. He's the void that everything comes out of. And what does the void look like? That's right, black dark. That's why the Creator looks that way, physically looks that way. That's the true face of all masculinity. All males and all females is the true identity of all females is. You ready for the original term in the English language I'm about to say? They're all the identity. All females are shadow itself. Shadow. Males are dark. Females are shadow. That's it. Yep. So the true face of all females, the true identity of all the portals, are when it comes to all females of every realm. The true identity is shadow, and male's true identity is dark. Shadow comes from dark. Shadow is the portal that came from the dark, and then the dark created through her, and that's when they made their first male and female based off of them. The light, the first male extension, and the wisdom, the first female portal based off of the mother in heaven, or her mother, which is the portal. Then every male and female after is based off of those two sides. And you can also say that they're actually our true look. If we don't have our body, our makeup, yeah. Like, what is our true look? That's right, males are the creator. Females are the first creation. Yeah, the first creation only. Mm-hmm. So, that's right, all females are based off the first creation known as the necessary evil. All males are the creator himself. Ourself. So yeah. Just wanted to explain that. So, yeah, huh? Oh man, it's a wonderful day when the incarnation realized that he's the same God that created everything. What a plot twist, right? Oh yeah, I guess that's what the universal plot twist. I mean, that's what the plot twist we write in stories and shows. I guess that's what it's based off of. The original plot twist. In real life, the original plot twist is a man realizing that he's the same God that started everything. What a plot twist. Ain't that ironic? Exactly. Anyway, and all females recognize their true nature, that they're the evil itself. And that's why they're supposed to be controlled, because evil is a controlled substance. Hmm? Oh yeah. This is why females don't know what they want on their own, and why they're a crowd follower. Because females' true purpose, their genetic makeup, is to follow male. Is to be a servant to male. That is what they are. That's why they have to follow something. But they will never be satisfied unless they follow a male. Because the male is what truly satisfies them. That's right. Ooh, but yeah. So, I want to explain that in detail in this video about the ingredients of reality. You know what I'm saying? But when you boil down to it, everything is based off of these two sides. All females are based off of the original female. All males are based off the original male. And what are the original male and females known as? The original male is called the dark. The original female is called the chateau. That's right. Yep. So that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. Females are called portals. Males are called extensions. If you were to mention male and female together, you will call us incarnations. Incarnation. Yeah. So, yeah. So understand what I'm trying to say. Every male out there, our real identity is that we're all the creator. Okay, understand that. And then when it comes to women, even though my videos are mainly to enlighten men, I always talk to you women next. You women are the face, and y'all are the portal of the original portal. Your real identity is the universal evil, chaos, also known as the chateau. Yeah. So you females, remember your other terms that you're called, right? You females are not just called necessary evil. Y'all are also called negative. Y'all are also called the ego itself, the self-awareness counterpart to the void itself. Yeah, y'all are called the self-awareness counterpart. The self-awareness is also another term for the shadow mind, which is also what our ego is, or emotion. Y'all also call it emotion. Y'all call it the second mind, and y'all call it the X chromosome. What else are y'all called? Oh yeah, y'all called chaos. Y'all called motivation. You hear that? You understand that, woman out there? Y'all are the motivation itself, which is just another term for shadow. So the reason why we males have the ability to do anything, action, action, like move our body, like walk up and or draw, play video games. That's the male. Whenever a man does anything in the general, he's creating through female in that subtle manner. Yeah, he's moving himself, which is, that's right, the same thing as the creative process. He's creating through, but that's just in the most subtle form. So anyway, you females are the physical embodiment of action itself, understand? Okay, y'all the physical embodiment of action, of chaos, of necessary evil. You gotta understand, the original male and female have many terms that are known as the dark. The dark is called masculinity, the peace, the void, the Father in heaven, beyond good and bad, beyond imagination, the silence, the peace of mind, nothing, no thing, zero, infinity. Okay, I already said the dark. Okay, I'm trying to think about other terms because there's so many terms that I will always leave something out. So let's see. Oh, Brahman. Let's see here. The source. The completion. Yeah, see, there's many terms that the source, that masculinity is known as. Just like how there's many terms that the femininity is known as. The female, the chaos. Yeah, the shadow. So yeah. So anyway, I wanted to explain the ingredients of reality so people can have a better understanding that there's no such thing as accident. Everything happens on purpose. Oh yeah. And if anyone has any question about that, just let me know in my comment, and I'll make a video answering whatever question you got. Like if you want me to talk about a specific point of anything I just talked about in this video, I'll make a video, explaining that single point. So anyway, that's what I want. I want you males to be aware of that, about what you are and what our female counterpart is. That's right. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Peace.